Ladies, sick of restaurants like Hooters and Tilted Kilt?
Yeah!
You want hot food served by hot guys.
Yeah!
Well, your schlong wait is over at Buster McThundersticks.
Hey, I'm Big Peter. I'll be your server. Allow me to point to our specials.
At Buster McThundersticks, we know what women crave.
I'm going to try the clam slammer.
I'll slide that right in for you. And if you need more hot wangs, just blow the meat whistle.
Buster McThundersticks is the whole package. Drinks, dinner, even dessert.
Can I have the custard cannon?
Oh, good choice. That'll definitely fill you up.
Buster McThundersticks. We're bulging with food and fun.
Hey, this is Vince for Pong Wow. Look at these filthy ping pong balls. After a long night of beer pong, your balls are covered in millions of germs. Clean your balls with Pong Wow. Just a simple wipe of your balls deep cleans them. You follow me there, frat boy? Pong Wow is made in Germany. You know the Germans would never put dirty balls in their beer. And if you call now, because I can't do this all day, we'll send you this Pong Wow ball bag so you can keep your balls clean all day long. Hey, don't let your buddy toss his dirty balls into your beer before you drink it. You don't know where they've been. Dip your balls into his beer instead. It's safer with Pong Wow. Order now.
I've been with the same woman for 3 decades. And lately, I've been having problems. You know, in the bedroom.
Then ask your doctor if a 23-year-old is right for you.
Is that some sort of drug?
It's not a drug. A slim, smooth, tanned, perky 23-year-old is the all-natural remedy for erectile dysfunction.
Wow, I want a 23-year-old.
Before taking a 23-year-old, ask your doctor if you're healthy enough for sex. Then ask your banker if your balance is also healthy enough. Clinical research shows in order to have a 23-year-old, you'll need an exotic car, a nice boat, and an apartment to put her up in.
But what about side effects?
Side effects include an increased risk of divorce and a creepy feeling knowing you have a daughter around the same age. Seek help immediately for a conversation with a 23-year-old lasting more than 4 hours because you really have nothing in common.
That settles it. I'm getting a 23-year-old.
Get turned on by turning back the clock with a 23-year-old.
This is fascinating.
So you publicly humiliated yourself.
Do you even know how lame you are?
Realize I'm asking you to rip the very fabric of space and time.
Talk about blank verse.
It's from the Big Book of Psychotic Nonsense.
Go for it!
There's a lot of information.
You know something that you're not telling us.
Can you teach me your secret fast? Henry and his friends had to go to the King of Prussia Mall last Thursday night because it was a half day, and I couldn't go because I had piano.
Something's gonna hit the something pretty quickly.
We throw a curveball joke at you, hit you right in the head, you go, wow, what happened?
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
It's time to learn the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
I doubled up on the meds, so I'm ready for all your jokes.
People want to hear you talk.
Morning, sunshine. With your modern mother's muscle tone program of the year.
I haven't had my coffee yet.
Brace yourselves, folks, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
He'd love to help you find your inner peace. But this is way too loud for that. Mickey the Kid.
A massive number of shells.
Have fun.
Oh, yeah.
CC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. It feels so empty without me.
Here we go, kids.
Mickey the Kid.
Here we go.
Get it.
Let's get it. Woo! Friday Eve with the kid. How's everybody doing tonight? Introduce you to my very special guest. You know him in the furry community. His name is goes by Night Lion. This is him right here, as you can see. Take a look at the smile in that camera showing. There it is, kisses and everything. Got the Night Lion with me in studio tonight. And we're going to get into him in a second. You know, we're going to get into some very interesting stuff because in recent news, you know, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about, you know, these furry communities that are out there. And, well, old Night Lion here happens to be a part of the furry community. Now, I have misconstrued, you know, I have no idea what the furry community is because there's these stories that go around on the news. You know, some of these news organizations. I've seen something about putting litter boxes in grade schools, and that kind of I was like, what? Because kids identify as cats, but that's, from what I'm finding out, is that's not the furry community at all. I'm way off on that thing. And wouldn't you say so, Jalen?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna straight me a night lion. I'm sorry, I don't know why I called him Jalen, but he's night lion. It's night lion tonight, folks. And we're gonna get into the furry community stuff. But yeah, there's these whole transgender pronouns, this whole thing that's going on, and there's all these different communities out there, and we're going to get into some stuff tonight, and it's going to be some pretty interesting stuff that I'm seeing, because a lot of states, so they're fighting against the pronouns, identifying people as a pronoun, and you know, I don't know if I totally agree with that. Do you think a teacher should have to call someone by their pronoun, and do you think it's discrimination? You got to talk into the microphone, though, because otherwise nobody's going to hear you. I'm asking you that.
Honestly?
Yeah. You may want to ditch that windscreen, because I hear you better when you don't have it on. Yeah, there you go. Talk right into the side of that bad boy. Yeah. Oh,
like this?
Yeah. Go ahead. Do you think it's discrimination if someone doesn't identify, like if a teacher doesn't call them they or it or whatnot?
Well, if it's what the kid prefers to be called, then I don't see why you wouldn't address them by that.
By their pronoun?
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, I
mean, it's a kid, but it's a human being. One day it will be intelligent enough to actually anchor down on that.
It's possible, right? Hold on. I'm just adjusting your microphone. There we go. Wow, that got crazy, huh?
Yeah, it sounded like a truck.
Yeah.
Oh, look. My microphone is fixed. I can hold it further from my face now.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you adjusted here so that we can have what looks like to be a respectable show going on.
Yeah, and you know, what if I put this on?
Maybe if you put that back on. Let's
Hello?
See. Yeah,
is that better?
It is. It's a little better. Yeah, it's not as hot.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you just have to remember where the front of it is, because you know that's the one thing is, you know. And if you want to weigh in on this, the whole pronoun thing. So here, let me get to it, because I'm gonna, and then we're gonna get into your furry community thing, because I kind of like your furry community thing, because you brought some clarity to the issues of you know, of what this is all about. So here's some of the stuff I found out. In Tennessee, a proposed law, okay, folks, here's what it's going to do. It's going to let public school teachers refuse to call transgender students by the pronouns they use for themselves. Now, this is in Tennessee. You know, it's where they make Jack Daniel's whiskey. You know, it's where they do a lot of stuff in Tennessee. Tennessee's a little weird. If you're from Tennessee, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just saying Tennessee's a little weird. At Shawnee State University, a professor, check this out. This was in Ohio. A professor got paid $400,000 to settle a lawsuit that he filed against the school after being disciplined for refusing to refer to a woman, a trans woman student, as she or her. Now, I understand that. See, here's where we run into the difficulties of the problems with the trans thing. So if you're identifying as her, do you need to use the ladies' room? That's kind of my question. I mean, because you probably hang out with some people in those communities, I would assume, right? There's some people in the furry community that are in that community. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to talk right. What happened? We lost someone. Let's try that. Talk that.
Testing.
Well, we're gonna keep messing with this thing. No, don't do that. Just talk normal. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. How's that? Is it better for you?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay. So what do you think on that?
Honestly, I think it's kind of screwed up.
In which way?
Like, you can't deny someone the right that is so small, like they feel they deserve. Like, if you want to be called she or he or they or it, then people should respect you enough to call you by those pronouns.
So let me ask you this. So what if you identify as a cat? Like, there are kids that are identifying as cats and dogs in grade school.
Yeah, well, we got to answer that question. How old are those kids?
They're 8.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they're starting at that age, though, I mean, that's what I'm asking. They're like, because maybe their kids are watching the news too much, you think?
Maybe. I don't know. But if they're starting off that early and they stick to it, they're going to be in for like a very strange awakening when someone from the furry community actually does like step up and tell them what's what.
Yeah. So, and here's another thing. So, and I talked about this last night because science is science. And, X chromosomes are male, Y chromosomes are female, or whatever, however that determines itself, right? So, with that, I think that that maybe we haven't come to terms with the fact that a person can be born with X chromosomes as a male, physically, but the Y chromosomes are the feminine part of that person, and they identify more to that site. You know what I'm saying? You can look physically like a male, but you're predominantly a female.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking because I that's the only way I can really possibly wrap my brain around it.
If that's scientifically the scientific evidence, then yeah.
But it's not. It's not. This is
it's technically true, but with like more colorful people, it's not always like that. But they do lean into it more because it feels like them. They're comfortable like that.
Okay.
And we shouldn't have any people telling them that they can't be that.
Because why?
Because it sucks. Okay, so here's a scenario.
Okay.
You are let's say,
go ahead.
Let's say that you are a gay man.
Okay.
You're proud of it.
I possibly could be, right.
And you have like
on any good day, if it was hot enough and I had enough oil rubbed on, I could possibly identify as possibly a gay man with enough suntan oil.
Now,
and maybe
let's say this old veteran comes to you and starts pointing at like immigrants and other people and all of this stuff.
Why has it got to be a veteran?
Because it happened to me.
Okay, so tell me what happened to you.
Okay, so what happened to me was I was working at Little Caesars.
Okay.
And
how many years ago was this?
This was like almost 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
And I was spinning the sign. That's something I really like to do.
Okay.
But,
it kind of accentuates your personality.
It was the curtains of night were starting to fall, and it was getting time for me to go in, but I still had like an hour left. So as I'm spinning the sign, like a pro, this very old guy with a cap on his head with a bunch of badges on it.
Okay, so he was definitely some sort of veteran.
Yeah, he walked up to me and he started pointing at a guy on the phone in front of the store.
Okay.
The Little Caesars. He was on the phone. He had a lisp. He was probably...
The kid working at Little Caesars said?
No, this was the random dude that was going into Little Caesars.
Okay.
But he had a lisp. He was talking loudly on the phone, probably to a significant other.
Okay.
But this old guy comes up to me.
And this is the guy with the war cap on.
Yes.
With the medals and whatever kind of little badging on there.
And then as he's walking up to me, I'm thinking, oh, damn, should I salute him?
That would probably be
for your service.
Yeah.
And before I could even do anything, he says, "You see that right there, kiddo? That there is a goddamn disgrace. What has America come to?"
Who said that? The guy said that to you. Why, did you salute him?
I did not.
So
He
how
just
did we
walked up to me because I had assumed after this whole thing went down, I assumed he had been standing close by listening in on that guy's conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently he's just so, he wasn't all there. He was like an evil person.
Okay.
Wearing like angel feathers. The angel feathers being like the cap and all this other
Okay,
stuff.
More heroic. I wouldn't say angel feathers. You know, I mean, the guy, he was a war veteran, a hero of some sort.
Yeah.
So, and posing, you would think a war veteran would kind of be maybe, you know, just defending all of human rights. I'm guessing, you know, and not to take anything away from war veterans, because I think war veterans are awesome.
Yeah.
Happened to be one of them. So,
but he kept going on. He went on for like 5 minutes talking about how America is fallen and everything sucks now.
Hold on, we got a call.
All right.
Let's see if this call is.
Hi, yes. I was just wondering, did you give him a sausage pie? A sausage?
Okay, there we go. The sausage pie. And thank you for the.
Yes. You're welcome. Thanks.
Thank you, Georgina. Bye-bye. Okay, weird people already. It's already starting. So go.
Sausage
pie. Yeah. Well, you said Little Caesars, so I can understand sausage.
Yeah. Could you imagine, though, a pie, like an apple pie, but it's filled with sausage and meats and gravy?
We're getting way off track. Let's stick to the soldier guy. And
okay.
So anyway, what happened?
He went on for like 5 minutes.
But what was he going on about?
He was going on about how America has just fallen into this pit, how everything sucks now, how women have rights.
Well, women should have rights.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Should.
You know, and we're their people too.
But everything that came out of his mouth seemed like the opposite of what someone of his caliber should be saying.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're a war veteran,
I was honestly, at the 4 minute mark, I was terrified. I was a little bit shaky. I was trying to hide it, and I was slowly leaning away from this guy. But then, thank God, a coworker came out and told me it was getting too dark to spin the sign, so he called me in.
So you're out on the street, though? You're out by the curb?
Yeah.
And this guy's talking to you at the curb?
Yeah. It was late. It was gloomy outside.
Yeah.
I was getting hard to see, and this guy's still here talking to me.
So did he get pie
out of his mouth?
Did he get pie? He wasn't even getting pizza pie.
He was just walking along and then stopped at me.
So this guy's just walking along in his war veteran hat. Decides to stop and have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm. He had a walker. He had a walker with him.
And a walker.
And he had a walker with him, but I was even with him having a walker, I was still. I could feel.
You were terrified.
I could
that
feel
he
my
would beat
spine
you.
shaking. Yeah.
He was going to beat you with the walker.
Yeah.
Is that where we kind of were right there? He was going to beat you with the walker. Was it the cane walker or the rolly deal with the tennis balls on the bottom?
I think it had tennis balls.
It did have tennis balls, huh? Okay. Yeah. I'd like to talk to that guy. Hold on. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. It's the Mickey the Kid. Let it rip.
You know what? It was none of his damn business. If I was him, I would have thanked him for his service and thrown him right through the goddamn window.
Oh, well, that might have been.
That's what I would have done.
You would have thrown the war veteran through the window.
You have a list. If you have a list, it's none of his goddamn business.
Is that right? Sir? Did he hang up on it? He must have hung up on us.
I think that was a ma'am.
Oh, it was definitely a man. Yeah, he was. He sounded like a ma'am? You think it was an old lady?
It was. It sounded like a chain smoker.
It could have possibly been a chain smoking old lady from West Palm Beach.
I love those old ladies.
Yeah? What do you like about the chain smoking old ladies? The gold lame glasses and the jumpsuits, or
they're wild and they don't take from nobody.
They don't take shit from anybody.
Nope.
So since we're going down this road, so this guy, you felt threatened by this whole thing, and so back to the transgender pronouns and all this fun stuff. what we're talking about. Because I'm trying to bridge this gap, and maybe I'm trying to bridge the gap for other people that maybe don't understand. I don't understand, and I will never probably ever bring myself to call someone a cat that identifies as a cat or a dog. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, I'll definitely do the he or she thing. If I see a guy, he's got a big burly Adam's apple and a 5 o'clock shadow, and he's wearing a lipstick, eyeshadow and makeup, and maybe he's got on a blonde wig. He's off to his, side hustle. You know what I'm saying? And I happen to run into him at a Circle K. I'm not going to point fingers and say, "Oh, that's what's wrong with America."
There was. Yeah, that's terrible. But there was this guy when I was working at Target.
Okay.
There was a guy who walked in full latex.
I saw that guy. I've seen that man. I know exactly who you're talking. He's about 6'4".
Yeah,
he's a huge dude.
Full latex suit with like a cool looking latex gas mask on.
Could be a linebacker for the New York Giants.
Possibly. He's a huge guy. But I've
seen him. I know the guy you've said because I've seen him at Target. And he wears like the weirdest. It looks like he ripped drapes off the side of his grandmother, out of his grandmother's house and made a dress out of it. Yeah. And then shows up to do some shopping, unshaven, and
a full latex suit. Head.
I haven't seen the latex.
Not a single piece of skin was showing.
I haven't seen the latex number.
He had glass things for eyes and a tiny little hole where I think he had his lips painted black and they were just puffing through.
Wait a minute. So hold on. This guy came to Target to shop in a full-blown latex suit. Now, I'm just going to tell you this. In the late 90s, early 2000s, I was known to wear latex pants. Stop laughing. This is not funny right now. We're not even getting into this, Night Lion.
I would try it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me tell you about wearing latex pants, because this was back in the day. It was cool. Jim Morrison wore like the leather ones. I was too cheap to afford the good ones, so I wore the cheapy the latex numbers, right? So first and foremost, if you've never put on a pair of latex pants ever before in your life, you do not understand the complications that come with those pants. Okay, first and foremost. What comes with those is a lot of sweat, because latex does not breathe, first and foremost. So when you take those bitches off, first of all, in a full bodysuit, like the Gimp, from like, what is it? What is that son of a bitch movie? I can't even think of it. I lost it now. My God, Pulp Fiction, like the Gimp in Pulp Fiction. Until you've taken off those pants, you're peeling your plums off of your underwear, first and foremost. You're peeling the plums around there. They're soaking wet. The legs are soaking wet. You feel like you've been in a sauna for 32 years. I kid you not. It is no joke. And then I can't even imagine with the leather zipper mask number and the full body zip up suit.
Yeah, that's what happened. But what immediately happened when he walked in, I'm seeing this guy coming towards the door, and I'm like, oh no, something's about to happen.
Wait. He's walking into the store.
He was walking in the store when I first laid eyes on him, and then I was like, oh no, what's about to happen? And then this guy just walks in, grabs a cart, casually walks straight to where the onions are. He picks up an onion, and he goes right up to his little eyeglass.
So did he look like
in a bag?
Did he look like the villain in Hellboy? You remember the villain in Hell with the sand?
Kind of.
And then kind of the crankety guy. Remember the villain in Hellboy?
Kind of, but this was a much larger dude.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't as in physical shape, as the guy was in Hellboy, because that guy was a specimen.
Yeah, I honestly like that guy from Hellboy.
Yeah, me too. It's all right. It's the only reference I could think of. I can't picture a linebacker in a pleather suit rolling up into Target to shop for onions.
Yeah.
I don't know how that goes over. Unless that's part of the domination. Maybe that's part of the domination. Maybe you eat some onions, Hey, bitch, take this. I'm going to blow my onion breath in your face while I whip you with this riding crop.
Well, I actually asked around because I saw this. obviously I had to say something.
Yeah.
I asked around, and a coworker, as I'm describing it to her halfway, she's like, "Oh yeah, we know that guy. He comes in here about every so often. Just does shopping.
We know that guy.
Nothing bad." Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, but apparently he dresses up in these suits and just goes to Target to shop, and he just does that
For no
It's
reason.
Like,
yeah.
Honestly, I would say furries do that too, but just we're a bit more how do I say?
Discreet?
Yeah, there you go.
That's usually the word I'm trying to think for.
Yeah, we're a lot more discreet, a lot fuzzier. Usually,
Okay.
there's no latex, not since the 1900s.
Yeah. Well, no, there's still latex.
I'm talking about latex furry suits. Those are a topic you need to get into. Those happened.
That's going to be for a whole nother time. And
Okay.
Like I don't know if I'm ready for that to get into the latex furry suits.
Those are like long gone, but they're
So are they like collectible in the furry community?
no. They're something that we'll try to forget.
Oh, you could.
But
So it's
some
like
people-
disco.
Yeah.
It's kind of like disco. We're like you're just trying to let that go. That era.
Disco's freaking awesome.
Well, yeah, I know your generation is finding out that, but disco. So we're going to get sidetracked, and I'm going to miss finishing up this story. So anyway, let's get back to these pronouns thing. So anyway, here's the thing. Here's where this is all going on this. So, for anybody who's on the sidelines that doesn't understand about all the collateral damage and debates, they say for trans students, the right to be respected and recognized the way they see themselves is a matter of quality of life, and in some cases, a matter of life and death. They say that if you don't want to identify with these kids, as their pronoun, that it can do some mental health. But that brings me to another question: shouldn't they be seeing a therapist if they're identifying as someone other than a boy or a girl? That's the question. That's the real meat and potatoes of it for me.
A therapist, I think, is a big overstep.
You think?
I think so.
Okay, why would you think that that would be an overstep in that respect?
Well, if not being called by their preferred pronouns isn't traumatizing enough, then being sit in front of a doctor who will drill into you and talk about all
they
these
don't
things.
drill.
Well, they talk about all these things that you don't really want to talk about.
That's why it's called therapy.
True, but some things you really, really don't want to talk about, and when somebody forces it out of you, that's traumatizing.
Well, what's traumatizing is to live with all that. That causes more. That would cause more damage to not. So imagine this. Imagine this is if you're a vehicle, a vessel, and you're carrying around a lot of shit, and somebody's trying to help you empty the shit out of your boat, so it doesn't keep fucking stinking up the toxicity and it doesn't create a toxic environment inside of you. Why wouldn't I want somebody to kind of expel that? Why wouldn't I want somebody to draw that out of me? Or at least free me from the thoughts that are maybe because maybe I'm not ready to talk about that. Maybe now in the confines of a quiet room with a total stranger, this might be the absolute opportunity because maybe my dad's an asshole and he doesn't want it. If I tell him how I feel and what I identify as, he's going to be a total dick. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay. So if again, I don't even know how kids get to pronouns. That's my whole thing is how do we get to a pronoun at that point? Some adult, and I truly believe that this comes from an adult somewhere. I may be wrong, but a kid doesn't wake up one day and say I identify as a cat, and he doesn't identify as they or them, but I identify as he or she.
Yeah, kids specifically, the kids that we're talking about, they're too young to even fully fathom what the sexuality and pronouns list
For sure.
is. So it would only mean that they're being fed disinformation and they're copycatting it
But they're getting it from an adult somewhere. At least that's my belief is how does a how does a kid find stuff? It's just like watching the news. Kids see a bunch of shit on the news or they see it in a movie, and all of a sudden it becomes something that they want to talk about or discuss.
There's always going to be different situations for what's happening, basically. So let's say you have one kid, their aunt, let's say, is trans and identifies as they them, and that aunt is this kid's hero. This kid's aunt is his hero. So then he goes to school and he wants to be just like her, right? So he's going to from then on identify as they them, even though they don't really entirely know what it means, but they want to be like this person who is their hero.
For sure.
So that's a situation.
Right, but and as a parent of that child,
I would be.
This is where we got to go into a different line of changing the narrative. At least I think so. I could be out of my tree, because I don't understand the complete science, and I've heard Ben Shapiro say, well, if you're born with a penis, you're a boy, and blah blah blah, and you only pee in the boys' bathroom, and girls pee in the girls' bathroom, and I get all that. And I've heard a lot of other scientists and doctors and commentators that all have that same similar narrative. And if we're having a mental health crises, let's say, with these youngsters, and I'm not even saying youngsters, let's just go up into 12 and 13-year-olds, because that's really the suicidal age. That's where you start getting into that teen stuff and the bullying and the that kid's not straight or he's weird or he's different, and then society picks on that kid, because it's funny, like Greg Giraldo, the comedian, so he goes, they were talking about dead birds, the bird flu, blah blah blah, and he said, yeah, we used to mush the gay kid's head into the dead birds, because that was how it was, is that they were picked on, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And to this day, bullying is a very big thing, and so I understand the identification, but I also understand that now if we've taken it to an identification, you're asking guys that don't want to identify, or a crowd, the mass majority that don't identify with how that person identifies, is to accept that, because that person may look like a boy, but he says he's a girl, and they want you, and then you want society to conform to. It's basically like magic in front of your eyes, like I see a boy, but you're telling me you want me to call you she. You want me to call you, but your name's still Jerry.
Jerry could be a girl's name.
It could be. You're very much so. Or it could change it to Sherry.
There was a lot of guys with girls' names at my school.
Of course. I know guys named Kim. I know guys named Les. Which could be. I know a guy named Leslie. But Leslie can be determined either way. It could be a guy or a girl.
There was a girl at my school. Her name was Mark.
Oh, that's weird.
I know.
She on the swim team? The guys' swim team?
I don't know.
She writing the gospel?
I'm not discriminating. I'm not hating. I'm just saying that's a cool name. Even for a girl, that's a cool name.
It's definitely strong. It's a strong name. It's bold. It's very bold. Hey, Mark, can you order on table 3 needs you? I don't know. It's a little out there. But anyway, let me finish up. We're going to wrap up this real quick, and then we're going to get finalized, because I want you to do a little bit more about telling me about this furry stuff. Okay. But here's the thing that they're saying. So some of the things that are going on right now, so there are states that have legislation in their universities and schools, like Minnesota, New York, Wisconsin. Students' pronouns then appear on that they've actually put these people's pronouns on course rosters and other administrative records. So however that's at the University of Minnesota, the policy states that those members are expected to use the names, gender identities, and pronouns specified by other university members as legally required. They also, in Massachusetts, which is interesting, I would have never pictured this out of Massachusetts, but hey, whatever. School personnel should use the student's chosen name and pronouns appropriate to a student's gender identity, regardless of the student's assigned birth sex.
sounds like respect to me.
Well, and that's what I'm getting at. Is in places where you at least. So, and what they're basically saying is that the status of trans rights are coming around, but the trans people all have rights. We haven't taken away the right to vote, the right to fight for the country. I mean, they're if anything, the military has gone a little bit more towards, it's been really lenient when it's come to trans now. I think there's a general or something that wears a skirt now, a guy.
There was generals who always wore skirts.
I don't know anything about that. Oh my God, another call. Caller, let it rip.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's happening? How are you? What's your name, sir?
Great show. My name's Mike.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Palm Beach. Hey, yeah, no, I just wanted to see, are you going to be bringing in the guy with the latex from Target, the veteran? Are you going to have these guys in studio? Or?
I that would, what, if I ever see that guy at Target, I may have that son bitch come down for a little interview.
I'll let you know if I see him. And
hey, all joking aside.
Yeah.
If my kids came home and told me that they're gay, transgender, they sleep with animals, I really don't. I'm going to love my kids just the same, just so you know that.
Right. Yeah, that I don't think it should ever be. It's not the parents not loving the kid that I'm worried about. It's, the rest of society, conforming to how somebody identifies.
Assholes, so don't worry about them.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them, okay?
I appreciate the call, Mike. There you go, Mike from West Palm Beach. He's on your side. I'm on your side. So, that's what's going on. And they said that the Obama administration issued a guidance in 2016 for schools to protect the rights of trans students. They say schools must treat students consistent with their gender identity. This included using the pronouns that students indicated for their identity. That was back in 2016. And then, of course, in 2021, let's see here, Joe Biden put in an executive order that stated trans people were covered under prohibition of sex discrimination and other federal laws. Biden's administration contends that if sex discrimination is one federal law, excludes anti-LGBTQ, whatever discrimination, then all federal laws with similar language must be interpreted the same way. Discrimination against trans students, which includes not respecting how they identify their gender, is a violation of Title IX and could lead to a loss of federal funding for some places. But it's clear that the issue will be a matter of legal controversy for probably years to come. Wouldn't you say? Would you agree with that? That it's going to be years to come. That this is going to be like a very uphill battle.
Maybe. I honestly don't know.
Okay. So tell me what people get confused about furries. Tell me what would be the first order of confusion.
There's so much. I don't know where to begin.
Okay.
Go ahead and search up furry stereotypes, and then we can roll down the list.
Mm-hmm. What's that? I don't have any stereotypes. I just think that my thing is what my big thing is what is furries? Because when I hear the word furries, I picture, guys running around in, panda costumes. Do you know what I mean? Like I picture guys dressed as raccoons and llamas and pandas and, whatever, the gorillas, monkeys,
You're close.
Oh, it's really?
Yeah, honestly.
So there is like a secret community that you guys get together and you dress up as your favorite animal?
Well, it's not secret. It's
well, you know what I mean.
It's an open fandom, and
yeah, but I mean, you guys aren't going to Chili's or fucking Chipotle to hang out as dressed in furries.
Sometimes.
Really?
It drags eyeballs.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. And then parents come up with their kids asking if we can take pictures.
Of course they do. Because what kid doesn't want to take a picture with a real life-size stuffed animal? That's the kind of how the kids look at it.
Yeah.
You guys paint faces and stuff?
I think some of us do.
Yeah?
Yeah. And the furry community is mostly artists So if there's some face painters in our community, there's some really good face painters in our
Well, I'm sure. I mean, I see TikTok. You know, I mean, they have full-on videos on how to paint yourself like a tiger, a lion, you know, a baboon. You know, I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. So what furries do then when there's a gathering is we get together, we put on the suits where we identify whichever one we identify as. Like, for instance, you would be Night Lion.
That's correct.
Right? So we're identifying it. You're putting on the lion. Do you have a lion suit?
I do not. Fursuit is the term, but they usually cost almost about as much as like a used car. It's a lot of money.
So Night Lion would be your fursona.
Yes.
Right? Your fursona.
Yes.
I like that you guys got a little kitschy lingo that goes on over there too.
We do that with our get-togethers at our conventions that we have in all around the U.S. and other places.
So when's the next convention?
I don't know. I don't keep up to date with it.
How come you're not involved like heavily like that? Like I would picture that would be something you would totally be like down with.
My pockets aren't
fat.
My pockets aren't fat enough to fly to certain parts of the U.S. and do all of these.
Okay. How deep do your pockets got to be to fly to these?
Pretty deep, because it's not just the flight. Is once you get there, you see so much stuff. Because if you're a furry and you're going to a furry convention,
right,
you're going to see furry merchandise, and you're going to want all of it. Because
why are you going to want all of it?
Because it all looks so good, because the whole community is made up of artists.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like going to Burning Man, you know, where there's painters and artists and
If you like the idea of an anthropomorphic animal.
Of a who, what, and why?
Anthropomorphic animal. Humanoid animal.
Okay.
Anthropomorphic means a human body.
I gotcha.
But the legs could either be digigrade or human grade.
What is that, digigrade? What is it?
Digigrade, picture the back of a dog's leg.
So you can have like the hind leg number?
A hind leg of an animal right where your kneecaps are.
Hind leg, okay.
So picture from my knee down, I have an animal foot that curves at an
like
odd
a hoof,
angle.
like a hoof or something.
Let's say like a hoof.
Well, like for a lion's leg bends backwards and then goes up into the thigh.
Yep. That's how it works. Only we stand up and we look good like it because we make it look good.
Okay. Yeah. All right. However that goes. So you get a hind leg.
Strange.
We got another call. Go ahead, caller. Let it rip.
Yeah, you see, I don't think I'd mind this if it was like Rainforest Cafe or something like that. But I don't know, if I saw gorillas and lions, humping each other in Publix, I'd have a problem with that. But, Rainforest Cafe, you kind of expect it. You know what I'm saying?
What, do you expect adult males in fursuits humping each other?
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, that would be very alarming to me unless it was expected, like it was Disney or it was the zoo or it was, maybe like a Rainforest Cafe, but I don't know. Anything but that, I'm scared. Thank you for at least discussing it, though.
Okay. Well, what was your name, sir?
Hyman.
Hyman. Thanks for calling, Hyman. I appreciate you, bro.
I'm not understanding the leg sticking out of the groin, though. Maybe you can help.
We're not talking about a third leg, sir, but I really appreciate the call. I really do.
God bless.
Jesus. Strange birds tonight.
Yeah, we don't do the whole humping thing out in public. That
okay. So what is this? What is it? Let's take it down another notch. What is the sexual behavior of someone in the furry community? Like how does that all work out?
It's really closed space.
Through the closed space. So with the suit on?
Sometimes, yeah, with the suit on. If you're a furry, it doesn't mean you have to be furry, act furry 24/7.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think, though. If you're a furry, then you're 24/7, this rambunctious little who likes
that's fucking overkill, if you ask me.
Who likes to act like an actual animal. That's not at all what it is. That's a stereotype.
Yeah, that's buy a little house and move to the woods and, piss on trees.
Yeah, no.
Just saying.
the sexual side of the fandom is kept very separate from the wholesome side that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Like we
so you guys connect. You guys connect through the ideal of the furry community.
Yes.
So of having a fursona, and then if you meet somebody that you desire to spend time with, that's completely separate than the fursona.
Yeah, like I would say that, but like if you're with other furry friends and then you can casually call each other by your fursona names.
All right, like Night Lion.
Or not, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to wrap my brain around. It's like a fucking horseshoe here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the post, and you're just throwing horseshoes at me, and they're just wrapping around the brain, and I'm just going, okay. Well, so let me ask you this question then. Do you guys have your own music? You know, because I heard that they have a furry community music thing as well, right?
We do.
So enlighten me.
So there's
like who's the most popular furry DJ?
So
there you go.
So for me, my favorite one,
yeah,
I would think most popular right now it would be Pepper Coyote.
Pepper Coyote.
Yeah. And
Irish fella? No, what is he? Southern.
He's
He's got to be Texas, somewhere around there. New Mexico.
Yeah.
Arizona. Pepper Coyote.
Pepper Coyote.
Okay, so what's his hit song right now?
I think it would be an album called.
No, the song. Do you have what's your favorite song by? What was it? Peyote Coyote or what is it?
It's a really bad.
What's
song.
his name again?
Pepper Coyote.
Pepper Coyote. Pepper Coyote. Could have been Pecker Coyote. Now that would have been a whole nother fucking show, right? Yeah, that guy Pecker Coyote. Yeah, he's got an 8-inch third leg. You know, old Pecker Coyote out at the Furry Fest.
Nah, he's got a really cool southern singing voice.
Okay, cool. Is it like country? Like twangy?
Yes. It really is.
It's a country song?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one I'm thinking of is, but it's not.
So it's not like Diplo Revolution shit.
No, the song I'm thinking of is I'm not gonna mention it because it's really inappropriate.
No, you can mention it. What was it? You're not gonna put it in my butthole, or what's the name of the what's the name of the song?
Called No Cock Like Horse Cock.
No cock like horse cock. Fucking, however it works, buddy.
I'm sure that's not his most popular song, but that's my favorite.
I'll have to download that one and put it on the MP3 player in the car. Maybe plug in the aux cable, let it rip.
But no, my favorite furry musical artist is actually Nice, Niic, the Singing Dog.
Nice, the Singing Dog.
Nice, the Singing Dog.
And what is his hit flavor of this year? What's his big song?
His big song that comes up a lot is Paws to the Walls.
Paws to the walls.
Pause.
Yeah, it's like being arrested. Like hands up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Get your paws up against the wall.
But it's about like partying and raving
and let Big Daddy do his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Pecker Coyote. Sheesh. Huh. So here's another question that I got. So if being a furry really isn't about sex, so what do most furry fans actually do on a regular? Like what do you guys do when you guys all get together? Like, because are furries the same as bronies?
Absolutely not. I mean, I can't say that with 100%.
I mean, because bronies aren't those guys that dress up as like ponies, like horses.
That happened way earlier.
Yeah, that was way before the furries.
Yeah. But like I would say that there are a few bronies in the furry community.
No shit.
Because the brony community is like really.
Yeah, it's kind of faded, like disco. So I'm trying to tell you. I know disco's coming back in your deal.
Disco's coming back, okay?
Yeah, well, it's coming back for the furries because
vinyls are coming back.
Vinyl's always been. I've always been a fan of vinyl.
I like vinyls. You can feel the music.
Yeah, it's like latex. It's the same deal. Vinyl. Put on the latex and slap on a little vinyl. Some Pecker Coyote. Put on the latest and greatest. Track 3. There's no cock like horse cock. That's shot out of a cannon. Keep coming. Come on at me, man. I need more. So tell me more about this. So what's an average? What do you got? What's an average night out, man? You guys are. I mean, you guys are kicking it. You're hanging out.
We're just like a bunch of normal people.
Yeah, knocking back beers.
Yeah, we're having fun. We don't have to drink to have fun, but
no, I know that.
We're just like normal people having a get together at some random place. Could happen anywhere, and then sometimes we bring our suits along to have fun and walk around and bring that sparkle into people's eyes. Be like,
sure,
oh, that's strange, but yet, I feel like I'm at Disney World.
So you were saying something about charity when I was talking to you off the air before. So like, what are some of the charities that these cats support? You know, what are you doing benefits for?
Like I think there's a lot of animal charities and stuff.
Oh, okay. So they're giving back to they're giving back to the animal community.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's cool. I dig that. Like, are they doing like rescue organizations and stuff like that?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, that was interesting. I let me tell you, so I've been enlightened, because I didn't know a lot about, fursonas and all that stuff, but I've learned a lot today. You have been a plethora of information, Mr. Night Lion and Pepper Coyote. I'm gonna download. I'm gonna go and download some of his music here shortly. I'm gonna go find some. As a matter of fact,
I will help you.
And you won't have to. I just go to YouTube and type in Pepper Coyote. I'm gonna find it in 2 seconds. But I don't know if I want to play.
You'll want to find the Blast Radius album.
Well, I know. I just want to find something that isn't overly offensive, like the horse deal. I'm not sure the horse deal is gonna go over real big with my audience.
Mm.
I don't, because I can't even imagine. You said that's a country song?
Kind of. He sings it like one.
He sings it like one. So you're totally effing with me.
I'm sure you could Google right now what Pepper Coyote's favorite song, best song is right now.
Let's find out. I'm gonna check it out because I have access. We have the technology. Let's go here. Let's go to YouTube. Close that. Let's go to Pepper Coyote. God, I missed out on everything I wanted to do because I got wrapped up in this. So, there is no Cock Like Horse Cock. It's the first song right at the top.
Oh.
Yeah. Blast Radius, When I Die.
I guess that.
Blast Radius. Yeah, it's the first song. It's the first one that comes up. Yeah. And they got all kinds of stuff. Yeah. You'll Need a Duke. I don't know what that is. It's from Blast Radius, though.
Yeah, you'll want to listen to all those songs.
Hold on, let's play this one right here. Minimize this. Pause that.
A bit faster, do you think? A bit faster.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm skipping the ads on YouTube. This is like fucking. This is like lounge music from like the 1970s.
I'll be all, baby, all you can take, so we can fall in ecstasy straight through.
This guy's shot out. But this is like lounge music. This reminds me of like 50s lounge music, like but a little dirty. Old Pepper Coyote getting the old pepper sauce for sure.
I think when he says you'll need a duke is a type of dildo that is
okay. Yeah, we're done. We're done with that conversation. Yeah. So I don't want to know what a duke is. Not even trying to figure it out. Not even trying to think about it. Because, I mean, I don't know. Duke, I'm just picturing a fist. What are you laughing about? Is that what it is?
Bad Dragon makes them big.
Ugh, give me a Duke. Yeah, this guy is like, so So he's similar to like a lounge act, man. So
that previous song, that was actually one of his good songs.
When I Die?
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'm gonna scope it. Maybe there might be something fun that I can open a show with.
It's not inappropriate or anything, but it's good.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I was having another call and they hung up. Whew, we got to wrap this baby up. I can't even believe that, man, the show is already, we killed an hour. I could have probably had 2 more hours with you. We already killed the whole hour of the show. Can you believe that? Can't believe it. You all right?
Yeah.
Do you have fun?
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on the show. I really do. And I said when I tell you that, because you just provided information to however many people are going to watch this live stream. All right, let's see what this. Yeah, you're on the air. Let it rip.
Hey, how you doing again? I grew up on Mr. Ed. This no horse. What is this? No cock like horse cock? Is this a family show, my friend?
Yeah, it's not a family show. You know how much it's not.
This has been very interesting. I got to thank you for this content.
If you want to laugh, sit in a room by yourself and listen to that song.
What, Pepper Coyote?
No cock like horse cock. If you want to laugh, you can listen to it by yourself. Just make sure you have headphones on. And it's a bad song.
All right.
It's inappropriate.
Yeah,
I'm going to add that to my playlist right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my Spotify and download everything. Yeah, there's a ton of songs. Dude, he says, what is it? The one, Give Me the Duke?
You'll need a Duke.
Yeah, you'll need a Duke. And a Duke, in case you don't know, at least I'm guessing, a Duke is a fully closed fist. So picture that it's not that. What is it? What is a Duke then? Enlighten me with that, because all I put up your Dukes is I picture put up your Dukes, and this is the old Duke. So what's a Duke?
Mickey the Kid, can you go ahead and play the Mr. Ed theme song and then play
Hey, I'm not going to play anything. How about it?
Cock like horse cock.
Yeah, followed by dial tone. How's that sound? All right, there we go. But anyway, so you were saying the Duke. Back to the Duke.
Duke.
Explain to me what the Duke is.
So there's a company, Bad Dragon.
I understand. You said that already.
They make mystical and weirdly shaped dildos and toys. They make all sorts of like dragon shaped stuff and weird that you would never see in your entire lifetime.
Not trying to see that in my entire lifetime.
Some of these are like sculptures. You put them on a shelf and you just admire it.
Okay.
Some of
made out of rubber.
Yeah. Some of these are so big that you can't use them. You just literally put it on display.
Probably not trying to put a big giant dragon's head in my ass. Just saying.
It's not a dragon's head.
Well, whatever. Then the dragons,
But a Duke is the name of one of their products, I believe.
The Duke. But what is the Duke? That's what I'm trying to find out here. What does it look? I'm gonna look this shit up, man, because I'm just tired of. What is it? What's the name of it? I gotta wrap this show up because I'm running long here.
Bad Dragon.
Bad Dragon.
It's. Yeah, the furry community is one spiral of a topic.
Hold on.
Once you start explaining to someone.
Hold on. I want Bad Dragon, the Duke. Duke's paw?
There's Duke's paw.
There's the muzzle. There's the polygon hoodie. Yeah. Let's just start with the Duke's paw. Let's take a peek at what that is. Oh, yeah. No. Abso-fucking-lutely not. This thing, I don't even here. You know what? I'm gonna have to put on the life cam to show people this one, because this one is just. I'm not gonna pull down the. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let's go here. So I got this is the fact that somebody's even using this thing.
It's astonishing.
Yeah. I gotta rip the camera off the wall and bring this bitch. Hold on. That right there is the Duke's paw. That's the Duke's paw. And if you can fit that. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah. Yeah, that's shot out of a cannon. It is a giant, glistening red rubber dragon paw. Sensual. There's nothing sensual looking about this goddamn foot. The sole of Duke's paw is more padded than a normal foot would be. Really. That thing that looks like it would take my goddamn eyes out. Including each digit having a bulbous pad over them. Oh my, are you shitting me right now?
They have a lot more products that are more appealing to the eye.
Oh, yeah, not appealing to the ass, though.
If you're an open-minded person.
Oh, open-minded. Yeah, you got to be more than open-minded to deal with Duke's paw here.
They have keychains.
Oh, yeah, keychain might work.
You could probably get a little plastic Duke's paw keychain.
Stop talking. The paw as a whole looks hefty. This is the description at baddragon.com.
A lot of...
Relax. Hold on. Let me finish this shit. Hefty, but also seemingly soft to the touch. You feel enticed by the idea to touch, feel, and even massage into these pads. Oh, yeah. Wandering thoughts of them. Pressing... What? Are you fucking kidding? Wandering thoughts of them pressing against you, your face, chest, neck, and other central regions that those soft but firm pads could tease you with. Seeing them bend, wiggle, and flex. I'm not trying to see any of that shit flexing anywhere.
I think this is like the foot fetish side of the community.
You think? So you mean they're just sucking the toes? They're just sucking the toes on Duke's claw? Because let me tell you, Duke's paw.
It's a rubber foot. They can do whatever they want with it.
This is shot out of a cannon.
Even
outside of foot play, there are many different textures and shapes that will make this toy a fun experience for solo or multiplay. Put your best foot fucking forward. Are you kidding me right now? Put your best foot forward and let Duke's paw do the same. Order yourself a paw or two. Yeah, because I'm going to get 2 ginormous fucking paws, because I got a foot fetish. Are you shitting me? Let's see what now I'm obsessed. And they come in like, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 35, 19. And then you can do custom. You can click on the rainbow. This motherfucker is $135?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? $135 for this one that looks like a frog gig is disgusting. The black with the gold speckles.
Hold on.
Just relax 1 second. Let me take a peek at some of the. Oh my God, some of this shit is out of it. Are you fucking? Yeah, I'm done. I'm not looking at this anymore. I'm done. Thank you. I appreciate you. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. I'm gonna let it rip. Night Lion, thank you for joining me today. It was always great. Today's show is going to be brought to you by Beef. All right, so enjoy. Gonna go here, and then we'll do this. Bye.
Tonight, fill up your stomach while you empty your bank account with Beef. With prices at an all-time high, when you order a steak, the only green you'll have left over will be in your side salad. And we're not just talking about fancy restaurants and waiters who wear tuxedos. Have you seen the price of ground chuck in the discount bin at your grocery store lately?
That's how much a pound? Oh.
Beef. It's what's expensive.
Your loved one has passed. Give them a legacy they'd never expect at Epic Obituaries.
Tell me about your uncle.
Well, he was a carpenter.
How about real estate mogul?
Our expert embellishers will create momentous memories of your dearly departed.
He was also a member of the Moose Lodge.
A high-ranking member of the Illuminati.
And he was married for 65 years.
After attracting more women than a Real Housewives marathon, he finally married a
science teacher.
Nobel Prize-winning supermodel physicist.
And at age 96, He passed peacefully in his sleep.
Because he was exhausted from rescuing all the kittens and puppies from a burning pet store.
Wow. What else can we say about the man?
How about services will be held at St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican?
Epic obituaries, where death is an opportunity to make someone larger than life.
If you're just tuning in, go ahead and crack open another beer. Good old vertical beer. You know that gray area where you can get away with more BS? He spends a lot of time there.
What the hell are you doing?
Mickey the Kid. Next time, tune in earlier, dumbass. Thank you.